I feel like I'm super late to the party, but I recently got to finally check out Shelby Oaks, the debut feature by Chris Stuckman, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Let's talk about it. That being said, if you want to read my written review, you can do so on Letterboxd. Going into this, I was familiar with Stuckman. I knew of him, but I wasn't familiar with his work nor his sensibility, so I really didn't know what to expect tonally going into this. Though I will say, having watched this film is extremely informed, which isn't a bad thing. I think the sum of its parts are greater, but I do think the individual parts themselves have been done elsewhere. I think the sum of the parts are very interesting in how it uses and creates a blend of multiple genres, tropes, and ideas. Though I think in being a blend and being deeply informed by the contemporary horror zeitgeist, it is held back due to the expectations and the big shoes it has to fill. Granted, they even went as far as doing a Blair Witch-esque viral marketing campaign for this film, so you can understand why the expectations were very high. That being said, I will say the first 45 minutes of this film, baby, I don't really get scared at horror movies, but that shit was tense. And it's mainly due to the fact that there is a solid, I'd say, 26 to 30-minute run where there's probably all of 6 lines of dialogue spoken. Though in that section, it does play off and do a couple of jump scares, which a few of them got me, but it did feel a little bit cheap. That being said, when the film does finally lock in the pace, sadly is the first thing that goes out the window. And while the endings, conclusions, etc. do feel rewarded and earned, they can feel a little bit meh as far as conclusions go, with some elements being kind of thrown in the air or just kind of brushed off. That being said, I really do like the way this film vignettes and bookends with a mockumentary style found footage documentary. Though that book ending is stellar in and of itself, and I kind of do wish they went with that direction at times, though I do think what we ended up with is fairly good and interesting. Solidly enjoyable, but I really did love the aesthetic and vibe and atmosphere of this film. I think more than anything, this film is truly a masterclass in tension, dread, and atmosphere. I don't know, it's kind of a vibe. It has good world building and it feels like a nostalgic throwback to early internet culture, talking about paranormal investigations and going to abandoned insane asylums or wherever the fuck you were watching people investigate when you were in junior high. It's cool, it's really spooky, a little bit more popcorn than elevated, but it's a nostalgic little throwback.